Council of the New Patriotic Party met today to deliberate and consider the appeal submitted to it by Mr. Paul Awentami Afoko against his indefinite suspension by the National Executive Committee of the party. At the end of today's deliberations, the National Council took the decision to reaffirm the decision of NEC to indefinitely suspend Mr. Paul Awentami Afoko. The decision was by voting. There was 1 dissenting, 6 abstentions, and 70 votes in favor of the motion to affirm. Thank you very much. That's all I can say. Just to take your question, Mr. Afoko, the decision to suspend him has been affirmed by the National Council. By so doing, the first Vice Chairman, Mr. Freddie Blay, will act. So he remains the acting chairman of the New Patriotic Party. It's a very straightforward thing. I mean, he's acting as the national chairman. The first vice is acting as the national chairman in view of the affirmation by the National Council. I'm just delivering to you a decision of the National Council. And the National Council has taken a decision to affirm the earlier decision of the National Executive Committee to suspend. I think that is not the norm. Once a decision is taken by the party, that's the party's decision. That's the party's decision. Yes. Yeah. I'm here to communicate a decision of the party to you, and I think that is what we are discussing now. The party has taken a decision to affirm an earlier decision of the National Executive Committee of the party, and that's what I can say.
Is the National Council give Mr. Afoko a hearing?
Well, Mr. Afoko prepared a document, and members of the National Council were given time to go and study the document and take a decision based on what.
Okay, so General Secretary for the New Patriotic Party, Community Japan, and I didn't say much. A lot of your text messages about Ebaji Bracken kind of man, Pesemu Brasso, lucky about clinic, and have a dependable herba home, one of them, and it's Uncle. My advice to Chairman of Afoko is that the House is against him and he should accept it and take lessons from it. Anna, Ewan say, but quickly, Mamima, a deputy majority whip, Akwaba, Osaya, and Mashabijanima Banda, Era Ahmed Ibrahim at Aikado. Good morning, Honorable.
Good morning,
You better come on. Ready for Parliament Budget 2016?
Sure.
You better come on. I see.
The Shasin Rock.
Constituency is saying?
Constituency, they're very good. I'm charge the budget in Miami Coho. Yamibu Ajada, me no more. Constituency conference there was a.
We're there, baby.
Is it? Not necessarily there, but 3 times now, me call on the post. This time, then present me take your opportunity and I'm share constituency executives name. Party for branch executives name and many a plan and share ideas as a manifesto.
We should say fair plan.
2017 manifesto nana. Yes,
so we 2016. 100 2016. Yeah, it's a done deal.
2016, they said Badwam, so my mama called opposing one, your man would make when there's only the DSC band. There was a year 2016 and
as in the member of parliament and as in your party, it really 2016.
It's a party's manifesto, no, I shall say I true. And there was a grassroots, no share, no Joe Biadrin. Into Obana, ye try no their shame. Say, near party for no penny near amount for no air panel. And one be reflected. Now I am going to say, I catch you from one a baby share them no matter.
But and this year that attractive when you could do as 2016 mood including that 2017.
On my So here NDC biometric card, membership card, yeah. MPP before a buffer, even constituency executives in Obia pre NDC card, acquires a diplomatic passport. This is
NDC card.
I'm telling you.
A diplomatic
I'm
passport.
telling you. This is MPP for power, Mukra NDC card, yeah. Send you move bomb by no. O my hand.
I say Mbwa.
Enokra na yema the survivor of Ghana because who share near Air Koya. That's the only survivor party. Everybody will have to run under the cover of the Amlara. Until eno the MGD say ebe boa or mine abua even MPP as a party. For now, ebe take 5-10 years, a decade, and sana reorganization at TMC, even the second largest opposition party. No.
Yeah, cause MPP, no. Ebe take 10 years.
Precisely, because the old guys against the new guys. Until I say. Young ones, present be
now where are the fufu?
Yeah, it takes gradual transitions and what me I almost free NDC by the end ya just overnight. Currently say who in leadership now. I say a soldier for parade no. And the disusi from the shortest to the shortest in front to and echo. Inti mra mpenyifon retire kakra na afofofo no so eba ba omo de no mpese oh let's clear them and bring new. We don't do parties like that. They need a serious strategist like consultant like this.
And they are lacking.
They don't have.
Why do you recommend a Sedun Ketia for the MPP?
I say Sedun Ketia IEB he took half party from opposition in 2005. Oko BFE onu bia kasa omni kobna jeni all parliamentarians no eno mu share kasa ya eno mutimi ehika party no boom for 3 years from 2005 to 2008 eno beji to me no ba eno mu de aka 1 year pe eno mu di ye 3 years no so they think that they can do what we did but the timing is wrong for them enti obia ope serious thing bia ye currently our man Mobiano is running under the cover of the umbrella. So that is why the scramble for NDC card. Once a card ibina I forgot say okuyibia.
No different.
Nina can the charges no so a visa card. Parties membership visa card and all those things. They are all part of it. Oh one more man why you but why I see don't get the no fast or no. If I tell you you'll be shocked. And you be an no be apple. But baby I know you drew no it is the only way. Inti amane ye ka say kura mpo no me je di say if omo andra o metu abai kura mpo bi be wo bi because ukotna le ya pa ne say o campaign fo na mo akotna se na asem aba ye ka wontimi nkire wadwen ya chan bibia u kire wadwen a that may be the only way ebe sustaining group no ba u kan yes wo ha in there say the culture of silence bi na tiasi MPP amanyoku no nti say o pese o kan wadwen agi so oba NDC had the kan wadwen obi atime kan adwen ye national executive meeting ya na ye mpanyimfo ano mo say o biometric de ye nyintum e wo parliament after them we hear ya o mo national we no no mo board biometric no da woro and I was shocked because they were able to convince them so say won himself was me that anything I want to convince me you must be able to convince me
I see
to the layman say democracy near kabima min can be na kabima min can be na won kwa na ma min can be a na say me jana me kopa NDC card o ho de o kai be ma wa can be that is why I'm saying say
what party one man pay party no nye de bi nsi mu da ne de yakoso MPP me so I'm surprised you are painting your party say party near party bia as a mu de mo no
amahene the see MPP mo bi nsi ye de no mu da 1 year to elections 1 year to elections on the NDC eduru baby who ever holds the way e was say oba na o kire wa e say oba na o kire wa dwen eduru baby na ha say na ye kwa enim say ha na ebeboa party na boa oman na ye nyina you just have to convince us before we follow you we don't just follow the way say me wo oman hena fanti oman hena ka bibi na eyo enyo e was say me support no ne asi e wo mu party no sisi ya me gidi say and number 2 Obama Yaka. NDC intimacy.
Oman, can you kindly give out WhatsApp numbers to send you more of damaged roads? Eko Dazi, Asante Bekwa Nedeba. Alaji Alasan Gansa will win. Okay, another one gets through here. It says that Oman, I could read from your dressing this morning that the budget is going to be hot and dangerous. No, the budget is kumkum bagia. And in India movie be a the kumkum bagia, I say.
Oh, I mean to be oh no, dressing in our dressing no. Technically, that's how you should. Me buy an anchor who say what to say me and coming back to you. Was only all the parties in a year. You man as a party back on one kind. It's all say black and red.
Oh. I see. MPP is now called the Kumkum Bagia. Isa Wabwazi Odiaba. I know Mahama should do something about God is Love Fan Club because death rate is increasing in Kranza. Yes. Williamson Kranza Odiaba. Ooh. Quite unfortunate. But 1760 your text message line, the Friday edition of Badwam on Adom TV, multi TV. So for our text message, the 1760. Because what that dependable here about Fwasi and I feel lucky about Fwasi. So when I say I saw constant Kuswa one day a year in person. But any budget don't come on. As we await around 10:30, our expectation, especially proximity to power and to information, they should also be to me aboying with what Ghanaians should expect today.
Yeah, I did back one. Am I as a mechanic officially minchia Ghana for? Na me did say a dear Ghana for a sombo momo. Me shall say na manchia uma. The accusations one your text messages in me and no me only bombard me wa. Until once you are introducing me officially into the program, the mama kwanya na minchia Ghana for enemy constituency for. Yami ya Adoma Monday ya Besha. Me did say most station we kwechiri. Many we are saying Masanya na ekasa. O mahene concerning a budget ya kwa kan. And that's all here me dressing no crampo na to so mahene. As a call adoring bisa.
As boniaji.
Energy budget. To be honest with you, government are no area to say almost all ongoing projects because we are the 4th year of the President Mame's regime. Into Udisa budgeted by all old projects. And projects are actually say free Nkrumah time. Technically, we are all bringing them all to completion. Ebini job system ready from 1965. Now the commission. Into a budget, Ghanaians should expect to say, yen abandon the old regime of yen demonize the previous government. Na Juma Papa Bia was say yen ya into na yen kweshe for frase. Ye ko continue with all the old projects. Say you be complete. So that is one aspect in terms of infrastructure. Into any budget Ghana for be who new projects be bring. So maybe you because you have only 1 year. Into once you have 1 year within this 1 year no, I was say complete all the old projects are obey me we no. We are not going to see many new projects in the budget. That is one aspect in terms of infrastructure. But we see completion of ongoing projects. Any one thing. And now Ubisa Ghana ni from KG to university say a DM na upese aban eya obese how to end doing so. Say beya electricity power outages necessary for because if that one alone yet me stop where no ube the kind of economic rejuvenation ube our system no. And now technically speaking obi in life atoso Sister Mantimi map dun son anyai by end of December. December no so na ekwa. So maybe I don't know Yenyendru as to whether he's ending it or not, but there may be some type of grace period. And the energy sector is going to receive a massive boost in terms of this budget. Then thirdly, as you most at times government overspend, government does. We shouldn't forget to say see World Bank for our system. And the acquire say one kasa nankana first uye wejuma. And the sikano kwa said the ope miya mejuma miya misika send the open and now spend. See wakofa accountant abetra ejuma no. And I say area see wakofa accountant be ejuma ma. One kasa wejuma but uko jisika osi chiremindi ya udisika no kwa sika wa miya kasa miya na mebie mi kompena eye mimi sika no. You have to justify. Because already this kind of it was a narration. Says sika ekwe ndiye adwuma wa odi koyeni. And the yes I money no odi bisa. So it may not be bad idea na World Bank for them. You have to situate it in the aspect of World Bank technicalities and conditionalities sometimes. And I think by and large, to be honest with you, there's some kind of sanity system ever since World Bank before no ever economy. Okay. So that aspect too is going to be checked.
Okay, over to us, but NTC Mountains was now you could see the Ghana food being more you discussions. Yakoba, relating to 2016 budget, expectation of some Ghanaians could see about also the Argentine. Government share North controversial constituency MP that's whatever. Hashtag re-elect Collins Uzamanka Yentubia. That's the point. Come on.
Baby Aboko.
And I didn't never do the oil mention North. And God now corner post 3 times. I bet you
only youth party move or old party move. Old party move, youth party move. Yeah, youth party.
Oh, Boko there.
Baby Aboko.
I see, my share, come on.
Adom.
So we are time be any hobium, kakaka.
Oh, Baby Aboko. Until say, Penfo, the better was sank and concord to Abba. Less than 48 hours. And I'll be the injunction. About 2. About 2 or so. But, Cecilia, they heard any moon say, party no. But I can say, yes, I'm concord to Abba.
I see. But say, you best say.
In fact, they are a dark constituency, they should respect the name Manshia. You don't disgrace and degrade just a
Manshia constituency.
It's a monumental name. And
the constituency is focused. Obe PMA, Obe Hunu say, in terms of getting our people the needed development, everything is on course. Party officers are more organized, they are more resolute. Sometimes Obi Ginecha now run a propaganda as if say, oh, there's tension. It's not the case. Sebi, where 275 constituencies, won't mean single out, said this particular constituency, Matthew Macau be a new. Of course, it's normal. But the fact of the matter, they say, instead say, Nipa Ketu Ebibe Jatum say, processes no baby a druno. Or reversing the nye, and now I was see a coy anima constituency. Because then constituency Adom, Yadia Tuaba, regional executives, Yadia Tuaba, national council members, Yadia Tuaba, presidential candidate. Neko could do parliamentary candidates. Not even Nipa ya suspended omo in the party. Et Marco court. Say, oh, ya call judgment be. At the end of the day, your fetch party so now say when you say, look, the omo can Inti no more adopted decision say 11th October no. Itwem na nanke nkonko to aba. Your honor and because they need ample time to campaign. Inti yen postpone for uncle 17th. Memeti ase ye they call 17th. From the steering committee say send ye be mo started threat say there be a colleclote or mo pese or mo be create tension inti yen fa uncle 24th. Afei ye kwa akoto aba unim say wo ko delegates also now from over 500 delegates. Sebi nsuo beto nsuo betua keska enye ska ketwa ka dia mabobi pa. Na obi dia base o adan ma kwa akogye injunction. Injunction so there. Sebi obi atimi gibio. But the bottom line is say wo dwina o party ho you don't do that. Na frustrations we nyina ni nyina chi no. Megidi say e party ni momo na.
Okay.
Hano. Okay. Nye individual busy bia o me ko chief because omahene me dem nim say abanye to ne nne.
Right.
As long as nyankopon dem nko ache me mewene ye to ne china mewene.
Ka wuni anka mama matu da dada. Nka wuni a. Akwada obi wuni dia anka matu da dada. Akwada obi wuni no wo grand wise ye do say. Akwada obi wuni no man. Wo de tu nyame che kru do. Da wo da no mbetu.
Etiye no na. Ebi so ana Actually, say omo be mama call no post.
Okay.
Because I deserve it.
All right.
Honestly, within 2 years and some months, and near man, you're Roma. Yet,
okay. So, you're trying to come on to say that's Uzomakwa. Menshia North, and you can hashtag. I decided re-elect Abrantia or Bonhomode, a many patriotic party, the Menshia North. nti mo so ya to aso no one
na sama o kai o ti ase also within 2 years and normal as a work consistency on so e so man ko no post
I said true
e say we ni papa na be ko no post no aba o so
there now oh
say aba na ayo
they say aba no tu mi on disika no
what do aba na
in collaboration in teamwork with the constituents
what develop aba no na aka boma ye normal within 2 years work consistency opa
senior the old say
call it cannot grow When your mama boy man stand up
why na said dem see boy juma sound of boy juma dia kana ka gana go nyina be
okay so Yanko, your expectation of the 2016 budget now ka budget in what how is it going to be like
am I seriously speaking how it will address ongoing projects say ndie ya sha ase da no ye wie no adwumasini eni akatua ye wie no a na ahode foforo before we start some few new projects into new projects be and I'm actually say it will address the energy situation but we share President Mama the energy plan now even the long-term plan is even up to, medium-term plan is even up to 2019 some of the plans the budgets are all even there are some that will even come in 2016 2017 2018 into about address here no and the serious aspect is overspending. Because most of the times when you budget, yama sector allocation say before the previous year performance come to parliament, there are serious overruns. Inti we know seriously speaking, you akatua bibre emma ejmaifo. That one too has been a idea. I was say yeah. And now we hear no through even though we are entering election year no so na sometimes. And that is the more reason why even some people are even agitating, say, because of the current situation, say, this electoral commission, and new registration and all those kind of things. So they need one spending item, and they mean to confirm, say, ebewum, and I say, in because I think as it is now, we've not resolved, say, as to whether we are going to write new names or new register, or we are not going to write a new register. Into any a very contentious item. I don't know.
But your hope, Mr. Ajimafo, believe that I can be beba and Pejemu Banner, matters relating to expenditure, election year, affecting budgetary.
Am I seriously speaking? Say in politics, say yeah, election budget, Musia. Overruns now, basa buy no disc. I use car abrosono. Sometimes it doesn't free a buy na nkasa per se. Ni nyina say oh. Abano ye kwa koto aba nti udija tu nechi a obeyi niti nti this the time a ubehu some signals say oh yenko demonstration ye man pressure obetu aketianom and all those kind into ube no anga na economy no agency because you are operating through an envelope sika na udi ye adwuma no e constant nti say ko ba no say adwuma for say oh tumuse ya eno edi other things eneba you as government who person who win abano nti way back, also 1-2 when the threats are coming, because you want to win, one will spend more than they want to spend. Then technically speaking, one area power minimum say budget today about address a youth employment agency. How youth unemployment problem. Say the beya and more brown more or minor. Ne send the parliament Eddie ya trans ye near bano ya boa ama ye near bano together ya yemra
a lot of youth initiatives amodia bana say any clear
na ye ni
kofa yes ba kofa way ba
yeah
and now hwe
the
hype you give yes and then so yes
bread bano say wafa about 1,000 to 10,000 you to say oh ni odi obi amfa ni proposal brana me manisa I think that people say at least there will be one person for PRO. None the power or more benefit for this and another PRO no free or ever. So those things are happening. But because the communication, factor communication as one of the cost items.
Okay.
Into like say nipa do kwa Jesus can assuming say nipa ba ko penesi or no that only one line item for communication in that agency alone. years program ya o kana or the two janden na ye ka say class o tie na or two janden pa dodo are benefit from that man you be sure.
As a youth policies most of them they never youth in agriculture, youth in driving, youth in potholes filling, youth in bicycle training. Youth in
Minister for Employment and Labor Relations. On the by gidi parliament both sides yen nyina ka bom ya pass mbrana ma no say ye na president e kan say mostly na structures ni ho and nonti na former youth employment program no anye yie a ekoba say normal bi mu a na enya this particular one there once a parliament a pass mbrana aye legal backing no there wa we executive director this youth employment national coordinator make sure say who these structures no be to bibia betu ni kwamo say is part of the civil service sector e Ghana. Enti nepa mo kwa akofo mo no mo make sure say enkoye just excuse me for this word job for the boys. Mo make sure that as a oman na o si omra na o me kira dia oman qualifies to work under the civil service. And sana mo afa no. Qualifications say mo de be fa nepa ni all this structure because it's the public sector. Your first say enya just like the old system now your for just temporary. After 2 years, you'll be preparing for exiting. They say if I were a permanent. Until I was say with this structure no be too kwamo. Then say obia or na only qualification no kwan ben so na obefa that transit point and all those kind of things. Until youth employment sector no is going to be seriously reflected in this today's budget.
All right, Collins Uzobanko, expectation of parliament anya what you popu kakra de and dey be koso sikasem so for the 2016 sikasem ntutu and then iswade ho eba. Me the maternity because kunkum bagia. Kunkum bagia na pomodia na hebi wa Adom ti.
Popular. O mo kan ko masi sa hebi da.
Kunkum bagia.
O da be. Mo 17. O prepare o yes 24.
They be all work and no play. Yes, anybody. So too sure kunkum bagia kakra. Okay, it's all.
My is a good guy, so mo good no one e be no. Remember more card.
Penny be open what is you are. O say asemi am be kan e papa. Oh, we are political patronage. Wa kasa we when you say me kasa for the budget no dey back.
Oji wa
say that jima wa o to na just budget no. Event mi kan dey say me kan. O ma hene ye nyina e hwe anim say de odi atodwa no. So afọ o hwe ye sikasem so. O de ebeba ba beto mrahye bedwam. Say ahead 2016 fiscal year no sika ye twa ana sika ye hwe animu se ye nsa beka na etimi dia boy ye nyina ye ho bra budget nem se ni nyina no na asoye ne doso asoye we sika we no se ye dekọ we sika we ne se ye dekọ sika aban hwe animu ne se lala sulala obenya bi efri amanone e dia ba beboa omahen mehwe justification eba wa brampo a Minister for Finance and Economic Planning on fa budget and ema meto yanim no a de NDC for the do na can say oh we dey ye be ensure extreme fiscal discipline na mesere say o platform yiso senior meda kan bi sisia austere plans na yade obi ehwe animu say for once sa ban we dwene o man ne ho na o dwene pa say o say economy ni gina yi a o say timi yi adwuma but me dey menim say bibi ansesa isan say yofuno boni nim say masa of course we are reckless spending a course 2012 general elections o man ni ye to abani wie ye no afo timi say o man no economic absorbers ni na adwerega indicators na a year pointed to negative. Utimi who say afe ni sorry ayedin. How man to a sense say baby ababedru no. Ya bobosia. Na sa bosia edi kan kobo ani hunsi hu na edi ababetua. Dem fa nya adwuma o. So now budget ebe me expectation. Sectors ne doso. Ba be me be miensa bi. Na maka say aban no omaneni enko mehwe education because a key to development nti say yin na agitum say yesafo edi biem pumti odia then as a concerned government yade o say a priority na wo hwe unse kwan ben befa so aye ngomasua epegina yie ni NDC for omo keka His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say free senior high school project oh yeah omahene as to say project no sustainable no yade o say yes akwadwene ho bio because we hear more and of course I can't begrudge them because wonwo akwada wonto ni dini isan say original plan no enye omo ne hachiye na omo yese obe ohwe na nakufu ado ani so ade hunu say so onya kwanya na nko beba to ensure say free senior high school no ebe ye adwuma no sabi Nanado wasn't selective say media meba me say day for nkon a borders included but no mandisi for because of political game making tino in say omo be dwene ho hunu say ya boa ye ho ye na ade no so aye ye ye yama obi aso obi aso no and ade na ye Robin Peter to people yes say absorb day students na emomo no dodo na wo boarding school no de omo de omo tuetua sika bia ubisa ho say we de che say awofo no any ayomo ntete because o man no ye entafo na se kakra ena oyede na panyi ena wo boarding school a ka wo de odi akwa odi bo no kakra ho no che say o kan woni panyi kura ebo mu kura na ye say omo nyina kura no hwe omo a na che se nkeye na utimi hu say aban the modern Moses project in the betimi agina na of course omo ye market 12 million Ghana cedi ohwe nchichemu a sika 38 cedis ni ade na aban hwe se otimi dia to obi atriso omahene ye koye nim no megidi se school no ye sibi ka ho ye koye nim no megidi se enrollment in air costro I was say aban making sure se sika or the call afrase no this time around no budget yi me hwe ni mu say be increase sika no na sika no so atimi akọ na atimi a sustain project no because education dey me you passionate ba na economic growth yan GDP o ma hene minister recession akan as a country o say mra o ma panyin kofo eja o man no e dey ama NDC aban na economic growth at least averagely no yet ma achieve over 7%. Sisi amene o kase o mahene o say sanse na aban no aye nhihye yenti no na economy no na ye chese ye drew growth kra entu hwe ya etise wa kodua koko na koko na eso o timeline o say eso entu hwe mu aban we babefa akonwa no 2011 no at least your GDP ni kosropa be 15% or so.
Yeah, man.
Of course, that is 2011. Because of and she say na ban na ye e di ato ho. Afei bredus aban we no so betimi a sustain sa pragmatic measures at that time President Kofo any NPP aban na Akufo-Addo ka ho no put in place no. The ye hunu ne say afei economy no niama ba na eba form above for more to extend say na year struggle cry even to achieve a 4.5% GDP growth or economic growth. Na che say utimi hu say oman panyini or the yasha reverse gear and we are going backwards. Na idea e wo say ye nyina no ye gitum say ye ntena ho.
Okay.
Of course ye beto waba. Senior me de gitum. Enti na me say o platform ne so ubia sem wo kan bia o man ni say o de okọ archives ma wo be ma yensem sa the way the stream come there be show no mu jaka let alone fiscal discipline say ye hwe
okay
ye hwe
say budget
ye hwe budget ne say abandon reckless spending vote buying this of course 2012
reckless
Of course, Sikano, your town, you say, yeah, Omode, rapper, boom. Ah,
yeah, the foul one.
What's saying?
Even foul one, and I will be.
Oh, my, now, what the Yenia no man Crawford Becker says, a crime of us who my DC Canadian. You say, I'm a penny say, a yare, nam.
That's a general statement I'm paying Mickey.
Oh, but right after elections. Now, and I'm naming
you say what you shall show.
What you was saying, yare, nam, no, NDC for nam, no, you see, a plural. On Tia wasn't a general statement. Or say, yare, nam, no. Now, the question is, who a mandate? How they regulating your mind in this country? Or no, and I have to about their man. Or no, they will to me. Say or JJ tax free ho. No Baba catch say ya renam na. Me was to me na me dey call tax e call renam.
No, I'm do how I say because man pay yankasa can because every election year there's too much pressure.
Who can't vote by na. Send your can't vote by na. And yet say send your can say your time sika di rubber boom and e dey got.
Na when na man you say won TV da na say.
That be abani ye wiem. Saka masam kamu ka say o musi ya abani ye wiem na mo dey court na mo dey for. Na wa betena o say
ba mo influence
ya wiem na ye toye. And they say ya wiem ye toye sana o ka. Is that what he say?
Is that what
he say? Oh, it's a form of rigging.
NDC yen talk about
who influence through sika.
Yen influence inti ye to abana ye behwa o man na ye to ama ye to ma wa adwuma no be ye pepepe. Who ya want me to so yen to aba ensan no ye ho.
This say uni say baby or of course. Voters need to cry about the say no, there were so many places.
Let me tell you from
physical cash. Let me put right from 2007. Right from empowerment against poverty. That project.
Paul was using dollars in your primaries. In those was
a lifeless propaganda. No, was a propaganda. Was a propaganda.
No, was a propaganda. Is that what you're telling me?
No, but somebody said
no, no, in those days, where you now were, are you telling me it's propaganda? Any power come Congress, any power can,
of course, a competition. It will also can't say be said to be better.
So is that what you are telling me?
No.
From there, $1 so see that Tomunina what Tamale. I 11 people are suspending. Is that what you are telling me?
You don't
go there.
Mario from Honorable Ibrahim, the facts are the facts are Taro which is going to be reversed. A Jabi one woman who Faswa at Intiruno and
Afukatum.
Mario from Achim of Fasi in Achim Maso District. Hope today's budget will bring success to Ghanaians in 2016 and beyond. And greetings to your mind. This was a nice decision from the Council of Elders, but fire burn you, Omayene. You seem to be drifting towards the NDC camp the past few days. Okay. Van Wawa. The MPP must not disappoint or fail the ordinary Ghanaian following them. Ghanaians' hope is with the MPP. Unemployed, graduate, hope with the MPP. The MPP must not fail Ghanaians. Zion Wawa, teacher said she ewa fukukum, bechia kukum SHS. Mo bom hobon pa teacher Charles Befi. I tell Ghanaians not to expect anything better from this budget because they will still be unemployment, high inflation, and gargantuan corruption in the system. No matter what the eye sees in this country, God is in control. Richard, Wahanka Mental Hospital, Cape Coast, and Odeba. Suspending Afoko means suspending all ordinance in which MPP is very dangerous. Stands were at Tebubu. Omae is Afoko on suspension or sacked. Please, Sami or Takrade. When you set fire in a coal pot and you find that there is smoke, you remove it. So Afoko should go. And if the crocodile eats its own eggs, what is the flesh of the thought in its mouth? Food for thought. And from Gasti Man Takrade, the decision taken by the MPP yesterday is one of the best decisions ever. I wish the party the best of luck in 2016. And I might tell Mr. Foko to thank the National Council because the boat is going to sink. The boat is going to sink totally. Youth for Boa Elembele Diaba. Good morning. Please can let Majority Chief Whip, Deputy Chief Whip educate me on the functions and responsibility of such positions in Parliament. Boba was Seshi, so he's whipping them into line all the time to agree to a particular believer in the party, our Parliament. Good morning. So the so-called apostles of democracy condoning illegality, the MPP has become so lawless that due process they can follow. Please tell the NDC man to speak in Parliament and stop about talking about MPP issues. Commander Wanamai, you are not fair to the MPP. And this one says, how? Honorable Banda, for how long did Mrs. Kunodi Rollins exit NDC to elections? Skimpus from Kepos. And I tell the NDC member that even Nana Kunodi and Obeda Samoa left the NDC, but the party went ahead to win. They just want MPP to collapse so that Ghana will collapse. That will not happen. Kwame P. Okay, Jura Anodiaba. Koba, ya DC wa Tibu, was Senate West. Honorable Bando Socha, good morning. Koba also here. Okay, so you are better to tell us because hey, what kind of MPP Asema, not just you are seen in a different light. You are in a position to tell us, say, and no idea also decision at National Council I take, officers who have shown a new patriotic party, Papa.
But that's all mine. Seven, but enforcing BB and Coca Papa and you're ready. The say for some time now, no NPP, likewise NDC. Mentime who I say, Abi Babi Bemua na Basia, ya na or say party no. It's me nya hoden so could be obetimi dia manage such internal bakery no na National Council affirmed decision to suspend Chairman Paula Foucault na sisia no me adesedi amede beto party for nyina anim ene say obibia should be circumspect in terms of say o ebi interview kwa na o grantia eno ya adesedi kese isan say basa ye ma ye ho kwan ma NDC for no etimi kata wo mo de so na ete say ye de na aba na o mo ka ho kakra any problem a me wo me gidi say National Council said the nyina ye nim as a subordinate decision making body no omo affirm decision say oh the National Executive Council no e de buy and na say neck no e kan ye no ye no ye adwene me gidi say council no akasa of course it's hard to acquire as a party yen so ye ne Chairman Paula Foucault ebe kasa aftermath decision abe because ade na kokobasa na say wo ye nipa edruba bia o say wo so nya feeling ma wo nua say enti no say wo ye chairman na Foucault how would you feel wo ye party ni as ade no say ade no about me say bia o brain to crucify obi enti na ne me na me kan yi ama obi ehunu say me na me gi decision ni gina mpa basa wa anya careful na o fa ebufo hu say bi wakobri anwansa wakobri ukro enti ye asemu a me mesre say anobrebre ma bato of course say obetu anamo bi foforo ana ontu anamo bi foforo no ni nyina gina the way a party for ye ne ye papa no ebetina of course and it's also possible so National Council no visit me as a convening meeting aka say decision na ya afeme ye ya reverse depending on the way we conduct ourselves all is not lost but say kokoba say oh
we twi
na twema metwe ne makrabo oh ye manahunu say bia ye dinani of course oh ye nipa sa mo bedi mani ene won bia moboa ono so wadofo mind you or wadofo in the party enti we be gina we no ye gina we na kwa because decision course enrachi metie me of asa John ewo radios no so enkosi hwe onza ndi se o preempt anaso make any prejudicial statement na ekokofa na obi aka se na na metie se John no se enkosi hwe ampanso na ni nyina no bia wan kasa nke beboa o ebia wa ma meginem antoto boa nke beboa ebia me ka se look mi hunu baby ada se Nana Akufo-Addo wakase atia Chairman Paul Afoko mi hunu baby ada se Chairman Paul Afoko wakase atia Nana Akufo-Addo da mi hunu bi da se
ye matabata hofo
me se ye ni aye wa chire ya o ye bibi to please eniema bi nti no oh ene ye ene na ya ni conjecture na ya boy yesirem na fe ye wide cracks within the party eno ne ya na de hame eno ne ade a ne hame enti me mesere se ye nyina ye bu mpanifo na ye je party structure idia of course say ye standard bearer because say we should all cease fire omahene that time me na me hwe de na koso me backyard me ka me won sem kan yeah. But I was say oh your party near. Okay. Now join the party new one. Now what can one no actually.
All right.
Intimacy. Obia enya boko. Na yemfa kasade entina.
Unkabi. Hold on. Unkabi. But my deputy minister Akon say, "Am I please tell my MPP friend and honorable not to attempt issues of leap because he knows already I am totally on top of what happened under MPP and what the government is doing with the setting up of the National Targeting Center. Parliament is totally aware of our transparency now." And so say, "Ehokwa menya waju say."
Honorable Akon, dear madam. You see, mine ni leave nasem no. Of course, Mejidi say Minister Ba Parliament. Nana Oyi later I think is under the ministry ho.
Yeah.
Yes. Na me ankasa personally am say me query kakra on the floor of Parliament. Ebisa no am say omode break up be by na me dey member dream no personally na entally mame explanation by no na me ni sheda nya ho but yem rahye bedwafo omo notify and bia say oh beneficiaries ni but you hunu sankrofo don abo akon me say mention no for there no me saka memo no na emumu no sankrofo na ka say o me beneficiaries me hu o mo da.
It has never been a fair word. Don't even attempt to say about kind people no money be wrap up. The men so but no attempt.
I mean Kevin.
If you don't make attempt, they want see. I will show myself. Never text messages. Nanado is the best president for Ghana. NDC should stop talking about MPP. The youth are for Nanado. I might tell the NDC man to tell President Mama to lift embargo on employment. The youth of Ghana are suffering, especially graduates, who deserve better from Nana Boaje, Isaac Techiman. This man is a palm because he doesn't know what has happened in his party in previous years. He should think about his party's mismanagement of the economy and their corrupt practices. That is killing the nation. Energy Treme Wadoma. Mr. Hose Banda MP has confirmed that the energy minister said will resign if Doomsday did not finish by the end of 2015. Kofiwa Agogo Kumasi asked the NDC man that what they did to the man who wanted to contest President Mahama, was it democratic? What about Tenya? God is watching. And from Box in Ebuakwa, please let President Mahama understand that after 1 week of arrival of the power barges and Ghana still experiencing doing so, then the ECG workers from head to toe should resign, even including the president. This budget will be named a Pamdada budget. Nothing new from Kwame Kirby. Please, jam my note. Let's all help. Okay. So that's it, Honorable. May that say. But happy birthday once again to Sisi Chum and Ricky Anoche and Afi. This weekend, Woko Etibie, Deputy CEO Radio Max, Rocky, Lieutenant for Charles Boyne, Omame, at the form, Tikwo Etibie, Ebeko Akotai with your Pansro Kusukra. May the mind come now, Santin Yame, a Joada Eche, Eba, never soon, my Ghana. Deputy Whip, Majority Whip, all my assurance. So you are not bothered about election year the budget will be in line. Focus will be on youth.
Surely.
Any opportunities are make create
Sure.
and then projects are moving.
Sure.
But that's CP for this assurance. And we also say honorable consultation man also say a kunkum bagia plus a pam dada yen can boom and at the BMP in Mumbai. And that's it. And I'm say na probably as usual, but here now. As usual. Good.
I'm just say there. Me sure. Say a Badwam there all over the world.
We nyan come boy say Rasta will krum, ye will krum. But me don't mind come na sante afia man kwata maklo. Mrs. Oekado or the fee but memory fee say budget 2016 e won come there because of parliament somewhere around 10:30 and the home people bro Adom TV so yeah.